Dear students, welcome back to the second semester BSc Physics class. In this session, we shall discuss about Kunst tube experiment. Kunst tube is an experimental acoustical apparatus. German physicist August Kundt devised an experimental method in 1866 to study the velocities of sound in different materials, such as a gas or a solid rod. Even today, we perform this experiment due to its ability to demonstrate longitudinal waves in a gas. This method is used to determine the velocity of sound in solids in the form of rods and also in gases. It is one of the simplest methods by which we can use to study the stationary waves in a gas, the production of stationary waves in a gas, and the demonstration of the stationary waves in a gas can be performed. By using this method, velocity of sound in a gas, even when it is supplied in small quantities, can also be found out. The velocity of sound in a solid rod or its Young's modulus can be determined. Also, the ratio of specific heats of a gas can be found out. Now we shall look into the diagram. This is the experimental arrangement of Kunst tube experiment. As shown in the figure, the Kunst tube consists of a horizontal glass tube. The length of the glass tube is about 1 meter and it is having a diameter of 5 centimeters. At one end of the tube, an adjustable piston A is fitted. On the other end, there is a loosely fitted cardboard cap B is fitted, which is firmly attached to a metal rod BC, and this metal rod BC is clamped in the middle at D. All this you can observe in the diagram. The air column between A and B will be resonating when there is a sound wave passed in the rod, and this sound wave makes the air column to resonate when the length between A and B is in a particular length that will be discussed in the next slides. You can also observe the formation of nodes inside the air column. Now let us look into an animated video of the Kunst tube experiment. Observe carefully. A lycopodium powder is placed along the length of the tube. So here a piston A is fitted at one end, and this is the rod fixed exactly at the middle and fitted into the glass tube at the other end. Now using a resin cloth, the rod will be made to vibrate. So in this way you can make the rod to vibrate and set the oscillations in the rod. These oscillations in the rod will be passed through the air column, and the length of the rod is adjusted such that resonance happens in the air column. Now we shall look into the experimental theory. Firstly, the tube is dried thoroughly, and within the tube lycopodium powder is uniformly spread over along the length of the tube between the gap AB. Instead of lycopodium powder, we can also use talc or cork dust. Then the rod DC, that means the part of the rod DC, is rubbed gently with the resin cloths such that the rod is set up in horizontal vibrations with the longitudinal vibrations, with the node in the middle and antinodes at the ends. The disc B vibrates back and forth, putting the air column inside the tube in vibrations. The vibrations set up in the rod will be transferred to the particles of the air column, and the particles of the air column will also vibrate, and these vibrations can be seen by the variations of the particles of the lycopodium powder. We shall discuss in next slide. The powder is gathered in small heaps. The lycopodium powder is gathered in small heaps at nodes and is displaced from antinodes that you have observed in the animated video in the previous slide. So resonance will occur between air column inside the tube and the rod. Striations of the powder and the heaping up of the powder will take place, and it will be formed at regular intervals of length at various places along the tube. When the distance LA between A and B of the air column, if this distance LA is an integral multiple of the wavelength of the sound in air, the stationary wave pattern is formed inside the tube. So only when the stationary wave is formed, when there is a resonance occurs. To the resonance to occur, the length of the air column should be in such a way that it is the integral multiple of the wavelength, and this length of the air column can be set by adjusting the position of the piston A, by adjusting it by drawing in and out until the air column inside the tube resonates. The distance between several of the heaps formed is measured, and the mean distance LA between two successive antinodes is measured. Then LA corresponds to half of the wavelength lambda A of the longitudinal wave passing through the air medium. That is, LA is equal to lambda A by 2, or we can write lambda A is equal to 2 LA. Also, if LR is the total length AB of the rod, then in the fundamental mode, and lambda R is the wavelength of the longitudinal wave in the rod, then LR is equal to lambda R by 2, or lambda R is equal to 2 LR. If VR is the velocity of the longitudinal wave in the rod, and VA is the velocity of the longitudinal wave in air medium respectively, and if N is the frequency of vibration, then we can write VA is equal to n into lambda A. That implies VA is equal to n into 2LA. This is from equation 2. Next, we can write the velocity of rod as Vr is equal to n into lambda r. That implies Vr is equal to n into 2Lr. Now we can take the ratio of the velocity in the rod to the velocity in the air column, that is equal to Vr by Va is equal to n into 2Lr divided by n into 2La. Hence we get from the above expression, we get an expression for the velocity Vr is equal to Va into Lr by La. Thus, by measuring Lr and La, and if the velocity of air Va is known, then Vr, the velocity of the longitudinal wave in the rod, can be calculated. Hence, this equation number 5 is an equation for measuring the velocity of longitudinal wave or velocity of sound in the rod. By the Kunststube experiment, there are many applications. The velocity of sound wave Vg in the gas can be measured by the relation Vg is equal to Va into Lg by La. If air is replaced by any gas, and if Va, La are known, and Lg, the mean distance between two successive antinodes in the gas, is measured, then Vg, that is the velocity of sound waves in the gas, can be measured by using this relation. Next, we can also use this equation, that is the equation number 5, and we can study the velocity of sound in different gases, and we can compare the velocity of sound in different gases. If we know the velocity of sound in the rod, the Young's modulus Y of the material of the rod can be determined using the formula Vr is equal to square root of Y by rho, or Y is equal to, that is the Young's modulus of the material of the rod, Y is equal to rho into Vr square. Knowing the pressure and density of the gas and measuring the value of Vg, then the value of the ratio of specific heats of the given two gases nu can be calculated by the equation of velocity of sound in a gas, which is given by Vg is equal to square root of nu P divided by rho G, where rho G is the density of the gas, P is the pressure, and nu is the ratio of specific heats of the given two gases. Hence, this is all about Kunststube experiment and the expression to measure the velocity of the longitudinal wave or sound in the rod as well as a gas. And we have also discussed about the applications of Kunststube experiment.